Hello friends and welcome back to the IT planet of Sri Vashisht Vidyalaya. In this fifth session of the chapter Green Skills, we are going to learn about what is green economy. So let us first try and understand what do you actually mean by green economy. It is defined as the economy that aims at reducing environmental risks and ecological scarcities and that aims for sustainable development without degrading the environment. Children, let us understand this topic clearly. As the definition goes, it says that it is the economy that aims at reducing environmental risks like what, deforestation, increase in pollution and ecological scarcities. What do you mean by ecological scarcities? Ecological scarcities are related to those scarcities which we require daily, say for example clean water, pure air, right? And again it says that it aims at a sustainable development without degrading the environment, right? So environment should not be degraded, it should be more and more upgraded, in the sense it should be saved, less pollution should be done, waste management should be proper, and we should not waste the materials, natural things which we are getting. Again, according to the 2001 UNEP, what do you mean by UNEP? It is a program run by United Nations, which is known as United Nations Environment Program. It says Green Economy Report argues that to be green economy must not only be efficient, means it should not be efficient financially, but also fair. Fair relates to, say, fairness relates to recognizing global and country level equity dimensions. Equity dimensions in the sense all the dimensions, the purity of the air, the availability of the land resources, mainly assuring a just transition to an economy that is low carbon, as I said, low pollution, resource efficient and social inclusive. Social inclusive means people should also be aware and should follow all the rules to save Mother Earth. The next point is, a prominent scholar defines green economy on the basis of 6 main sectors. Now these are the only sectors which these 6 sectors are actually the gist of what is green economy, or you can say these all 6 sectors combinedly are known as a green economy. The first sector, which is known as renewable energy. Now renewable energy, everyone knows, the energy which can be renewed or regained very soon, pretty soon, right? Again and again. So if we use solar energy, if we use hydroelectricity, if we use wind energy, so the pollution in the air will be very less, the cost effectiveness will be there, and we can use them again and again. Now the next sector, that is the green buildings. Now as you can see, the green buildings, that doesn't mean the building should be green in color, but yes, of course, the construction should be in such a way that it should not affect much about the nature or earth. Now sustainable transport, the transportation facility around our ecosystem should be in such a way that it should not affect the environment much. As you all know, there is a lot of pollution going on while the transportation occurs, but we should try to use minimum of such vehicle transport which emits much pollution, such as we can use biodiesel, we can use nowadays there is an invention of cars which run on battery, vehicles which run on battery, solar cars have been invented, so such is known as sustainable transport. Okay, the next point is, or the next sector is water management. We should manage water properly, the incoming and outgoing of the water, right? We should not waste water, we should save water, because clean and pure water, as you might have learnt in social studies, 3/4 of the earth is covered with salt water. Yes, the land is only 1/4, and out of the pure water, it is just like a spoon out of one whole jug of pure water. So we should not waste water and we should use it in an economic way. The next point which is given over here, children, is waste management. Now waste management is like, nowadays you might have seen the SMC has given us 2 kinds of bins, the dry waste and the wet waste. So we should remove, or we should rather dispose of the waste properly. Our gutter systems and we should have dustbins. We should not throw litter here and there, so that our economy or our mother earth won't be affected much. The land management. Children, as you know, nowadays there are lots and lots of buildings being constructed because more and more population is increasing. But because of this increasing population, we are doing deforestation. That means we are cutting down trees without any plantation in comparison with the deforestation, right? So it should be managed. There should be special zones where there should not the people should not allow to cut down the trees, or else we should have campaigns like grow more trees and all, so that we can manage the land also. Now you might have heard the word soil erosion, right? Now if the soil is eroded and if we do not get crops grown properly, right, so what will happen? We will not get food. So land management is also very much important. The next thing which we are going to learn is the next point. The International Chamber of Commerce, it defines green economy as, what does it define? An economy in which economic growth and environmental responsibility, right, both of them work together in a mutual reinforcing fashion while supporting the progress on social development. Children, our development totally depends on what? On the development of the nation, on the development of the resources which are available, right? If there are no resources available, we won't be able to progress ourselves, right? So economic growth and environmental responsibility, if we are not responsible person, if we do not show our responsibilities towards the environment, it will degrade, and slowly and gradually we would have to depend for the natural resources on other countries, right? So moving on to the next slide, let us learn about some importance of a green economy. What importance does it have in our lives, in everyone's life? Now the first point is one of the main benefit of adopting green economy is its potential to alleviate the environmental impact caused by the pollution. To alleviate the environmental impact means the more we are aware of this green economy, the less we will pollute the environment, and the more natural environment and natural resources will be available. On a global scale, it can contribute to a fight against global warming. As you all know, the more the pollution, the ozone layer of the earth is depleting day by day because of this pollution, may it be air pollution, water pollution, soil pollution, anything, desertification and the loss of diversity. On a local level, adjusting to green economy could lead to significant improvements in air, water and soil quality. Means children, if we are aware of it, we do less pollution, we can stop people by stopping them throwing litter here and there. We can make general awareness. So because of that, there will be an increase in the green economy and global warming will be less. The level of global warming will become less. A green economy has the potential, it has the capacity to lead what? To the economic growth. Children, as I said, the less we deplete the environment, the less we pollute the environment, the more we have natural resources with us. If we use them economically, we will not be dependent on other countries. So that will lead or on the contrary, we will export the natural resources or whatever resources we are having. As India is growing, you might be knowing, now our exports have increased. So in such a way, this will lead to what? To a creation of new markets in areas such as biofuels and renewable energy sources. Renewable energy sources we have already learned, like solar cars, wind energy, right? The next point, green economy can provide an opportunity to create more economic and social advantages, mainly in emerging countries like India. For example, by investing in alternative energy sources, access to energy services can be improved and infrastructure can become more energy efficient. Children, I had given an example of solar car, right? Now imagine if you are using a fuel, the regular fuel, right? So that would cost more than having a solar car which would be automatically recharged by solar panels, right? So this has a wide gap and this boosts up the economy, right? It saves our money, saves our time, and it gives an impetus to the infrastructure. The fourth point, this can also lead to the decrease of energy importation and save money. As I said, we will not be dependent on other countries for natural resources such as coal and petroleum. The next point, it can also improve resource efficiency as agricultural production will become cleaner and lead to food security. Children, nowadays you might have heard the word adulteration, food adulteration, and low quality of food, low quality of goods. Why is it so? Because agricultural practices are not done in a natural way. Fertilizers are used, yes, but less amount of natural fertilizers are used, or more chemical fertilizers are used, because of which we are not getting the quality which we require. So in order to do that, we must improve our resource efficiency. We must use new agricultural techniques which are eco-friendly. New environmental friendly technologies that emerge as a result of green economy will help protect and improve the agricultural production. As I said, new technology should be welcome. The next point, by adopting a green economy, emerging economies will be able to open a new market segment for production and export of green products and services. Nowadays, children, you might have heard of organic vegetables. Organic vegetables are nothing but those vegetables which are being grown in a natural way with the help of biomass or biogas, right? Biomass, right? So you know that technique. Those are known as organic materials. Investing in green economy will lead to three things: creation of new employment skills will be required, more employees will be required to take care after it. The second one, benefits in population and environmental health. Now let us understand this. How does it benefit in population? Like less people will get will be suffering from diseases, and the environment will be pure, health conditions will improve. And the third one, improvement in energy security. Yes, we can have more and more energy sources and natural things. That's it for now. Signing off from SVV. This is Fanil sir.